It's your boy Trucker Will, trucking it like always, trying to make this money, trying to make this dough. And today we're going to talk about a little something different. It's not going to be a trucking video, but we're going to talk about racism. And is there still racism in trucking, and some of the things that I've experienced while I've been out here on the road. Next on Trucking with Trucker Will. What's going on, YouTube? So, been out here for about 3 years. Be 3 years in February. Been trucking up and down these highways and byways, and I've had my share of disrespect, racial profiling, being in loves, TAs, Petros, getting followed around, things of that nature. I've been harassed, been pulled over a couple times. Some people say, oh, that's just, random stuff that happens, but they treat me differently when they see me. They get fidgety and stuff like that. Now I comply, I'm respectful. I've always been, taught to be respectful to law enforcement officers and things of that nature. But it's always like we're held to a disadvantage. One of my other buddies will say, he'll give you every possible reason why it couldn't be that, but maybe it is just that. I remember, this is a story back when I was at CR England, and me and my buddy, we stopped in Kentucky, and we did a Walmart run. And this is before it kind of got all crazy at Walmarts, where they were harassing you, checking your receipts and stuff. This is before then. It was about 3 years ago. We weren't really doing it all that much. So me and my buddy, we go into the store, and we have our headsets on. So obviously, headsets on, look like truckers. Truckers, we just have that trucker mentality look about us. So we go in, we do a little shopping, and get the stuff, and ready to go. So we're walking out the door, and I have my receipt in my bag, and my buddy has his receipt in his bag, and we proceed to walk out together. And we're talking about our load. We were taking a load down to, I think, Texas or something like that. And me and him walk by the people, side by side. We're having our conversation. And as we got to the door, we walked out the little doors with the little beeping, the little metal things. He walked through. They looked him up and down. They look at me. Well, mind you, we're both walking together. They look at him, they look at me, and then ask to check my stuff. They look straight at him, but then look at me, look me up and down, and say, I need to see your receipt, sir. And my buddy's sitting there like, what the hell? Like, what's the problem? Well, we just got to make sure he purchased all his stuff. But you didn't ask him? Now, granted, my buddy's white, but you look at him, you look at me, you check me. So, I was like, here's my receipt. And it's like, in my mind, I'm like, I work my ass off. I could buy whatever I want in this store. I could go buy a flat screen TV if I wanted to, right at that specific point in time. But, you know, I complied, didn't catch an attitude. I wasn't that typical BP person. And, you know, went on my way. But it was just degrading. So later that same trip, we're driving. I'm driving this night. I always drove the nights. And a person, I'm driving, checking my mirrors, checking my blind spot, stuff like that. Now, this is back when I was at England. So I'm driving and I look over and this guy's driving erratically on the left side. So I slow down a little bit to, you know, try to let him go. He slows down. So I'm like, okay, you know, I keep going, just keeping my eye on him. He then veers into my truck and hits me. So I'm like, what the hell? He hits me. I'm staying in my lane, didn't do nothing, staying in my lane. And he comes across, I think he's gonna pull over and stop. This man pulls over, takes off. So me being the professional driver, because everything is our fault. Remember that, guys, when you get out here in trucking. Everything is the driver's fault until proven otherwise. Everything. It could be dead to rights their fault, but it's your fault because what? You are the professional driver. So I get off, I pull over, and I tell my buddy, I think, man, hey, this person just hit me. So he's like, what the hell? And we call roadside, let them know. We call our dispatcher, let them know that we were just involved in a hit and run. We tell them what mile marker we're at, everything like that. Cop rolls up, immediately starts jumping down my throat. I'm the one that called you. I'm the one that's here. The other guy took off, but you're running down my throat. Then they move us off the side of the highway to another part, and I'm trying to explain to him. He's trying everything in his possible way to make me look like I'm the one that committed the crime, the hit and run crime, but I'm the one still sitting here. So my buddy interjects, and his whole demeanor, everything changed when he started talking to my buddy. Now, granted, my buddy is a military veteran, but his whole demeanor changed. So he believed him, but he didn't believe me, but I was the one that was driving, and he was in the back sleeping, but you believed him. But you were trying everything in your power to be disrespectful to me and trying to make it my fault. Then, recently, I'm in Georgia, and I'm on home time in Georgia, and I like to do Uber every now and again. You can watch my Super Bowl video. I Ubered for that, the Super Bowl last year. And I had a fare in my car, and I'm in Forest Park. Anybody that's in Forest Park, don't speed, don't go a mile over, damn near don't be black in Forest Park, Georgia, because they will pull you over. I was harassed twice. I'll tell you that story next. So I turned down this road. I'm in my Yukon. It's white, clean. I have it tinted, the legal limit, all of that. No rims, nothing crazy on my truck. It's just plain Jane. So I turned down this road, and the road, there's a stoplight, a railroad tracks, and then a stop sign. So my light's green. I go through, come over the train tracks, and as you come over the train tracks, the stop sign is right there. So you come over, So came over the train tracks, and I stopped. Looked both ways, no cars coming. Turn. Lo and behold, Forest Park police sitting right over in the corner, gets behind me, pulls me over. My fare wanted to go to the store, so I was on my way to the store to drop him so he can go get something to drink. Pulls me over. Now me, I'm like, all right, you know, whatever. Everything's legit. Everything's legal in my car. I ain't got nothing to hide. I'm cool. So, being taught and what I teach my kids, and I ain't trying to get shot. I ain't trying to die. I'm not trying to get arrested, hemmed up, tased, nothing. So, immediately, roll all my windows down so they can see in and out the car, not making any adjusted movements, hands on the steering wheel, like, how you doing, ma'am? No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You need my driver's license? Here's my driver's license. She didn't even ask me for my proof of insurance, yo, because she knew she was foul wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong, but you just were so bored you pulled me over. And it's just like all the stuff that you see going on, you're automatically heightened at nervous and scared about your stuff because you don't know if this cop is going to be, you know, that cop, you know, that's going to be overcompensating, over scared. He's nervous, you're nervous. You don't know if he's gonna lose his cool. You don't know. You know, it's, you know, I had a buddy of mine say to me, well, you know, all the stuff that's going on, it's not you. You know, it could be me. It could be my kid. It could be a situation that I could be in. You know, God forbid I'm in that situation, but it could be something that could happen to me directly. I've been followed profusely. I looked at a nice car once, and I got harassed by the sheriff's department. I was driving Uber once, minding my own business, got pulled over for doing nothing, just being me. But I'm nothing but respectful. You know, it's crazy. You know, out here in trucking, you get followed around the store. It's like, I make decent money. I mean, I can buy pretty much whatever I want when I want, you know. Food, anything in the TA. I mean, the most expensive thing in the TA may be a GPS. I have one. I can buy another one. You know, you just get harassed a lot. That's not saying that it's not something to get into. It's just saying that you're gonna deal with a lot of different people. I've been called the N-word by other drivers. You know, just looking at them like, are you dumb? Are you stupid? You know, you just got to be able to roll with the punches. Understand that some people are from a different way of life. Some people say, oh, we pull the black card a whole lot. You know, it not necessarily pull the black card. It's just that what we endure every day, you know, and some people might be a little closed-minded into what happens out here, but you're not in our shoes. You don't see the disrespect and the trials and tribulations that we go through on a daily, because every day we don't know if that's our last day. It's sad, but I think it's getting better. You just gotta be that individual that's not the typical BP person. You gotta be have some dignity, have some respect. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. Stuff like that. And just be cool. And with their aggression and their stress, they're just stressed. But with their aggression, you can relieve aggression by just being calm and collective. And some of these people have been calm and collective, and there's no dang on reason that those things should happen to those people. People being shot, you know, the Trayvon Martins, the Freddie Grays, the Sandra Blands, the, you know, stuff like that. It shouldn't happen, but it does. And you just got to be accountability. But at the end of the day, you know, being a truck driver, being out here running these highways and byways, you feel like you should get some type of respect. Because you put your time in to go get this license. You put your time in to go through the database to get your TWIC cards, your background checks, all those things. You put time in. You know, it's a great career, but it's just, you still have some of the same things that you have to deal with at home, you have to deal with on the road. I don't endure it as much on the road, but it still happens. So that's not to say, oh my God, trucking is worse, don't do it, things of that nature. It just means that you want to be prepared, you know, and you want to protect yourself, watch out for yourself, especially if you're solo. You just want to look out. And the one thing I do like about being out here, it's a brotherhood. You know, a lot of people say the brotherhood has kind of gone away. A lot of truck drivers look out for other truck drivers. I've been called brother by a whole bunch of different people, white, black, Asian, Jamaican, Puerto Rican, whatever. It's like it's a brotherhood because we're all brothers out here doing the same thing. So I feel like, you know, I have a family, a trucking family when I'm out here. So I'm not out here by myself, per se. Not every driver is going to be this way, not every driver is going to be that way, but you do have some good drivers out here that do, you know, look out for other drivers like their brother. So I know this video is getting long, guys. You know, it's just a little deep, another deep conversation that I wanted to have today. I got another video that's going to be coming out probably about this crazy sex trafficking that's going on and how our women need to be diligent and safe. Come out with that later on today. Be blessed, guys, less stressed, and keep that left door closed, that right foot down only when it's safe, and be diligent, be respectful. And as a young black man out here trucking, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I teach my kids to do. See you out there. Later.